Hey guys, I got a really fun game for you today, and it's between Miley and myself, and this is a 60 Murky game. Pretty interesting set. It's actually the tournament setting. This is the first group stage. I'm 1-0 in my group right now, playing the second game in my group, and then I think knockouts are going to be announced today, and that knockout stage will be starting. So this is a really insane game, one of the most insane I think I've ever played, especially on 60 Murky in a while, so let's just get right into it. I am able to get first turn here, get the luck of the draw. It's about a 50% chance that you get turn 1. A lot of people get stuck on 49%, right? So I wasn't paying attention there and I bounced nearly into the water, almost choked my tournament life with one turn. Oh my gosh, I wasn't nervous at this point, I was just playing, just like any other game. So I get the flash off. I could have just flighted from the start, but I don't know. You kind of, in a sense, you don't want to rush things when you're in a tournament, and you're just like, oh, if you know what you're going to do from, second 60, then it's not really a huge deal to just kind of take it slow, screw around a bit, jump around or whatever. But it almost cost me there because I ended up nearly sinking myself. But, interesting choice by Miley here going for the snare. Snare is a really stally spell, especially in Murky. I mean, look at this. I was thinking, oh, like she's got snare, I'm just going to get extra storm shield damage. And, Miley's not going to have too much to show for it. So I thought that wasn't like a great move. Because I can just trap Miley and doesn't really have flash, it looks like. So I'm able to do setup for free, which is great. So at this point I'm thinking I'm completely winning, I'm chilling. Did want to bait out an aerial to see if, Miley had an aerial or not. Turns out she does. So now I can play around that with the Pegasus, Ice Shields. And as you can see, I'm going to hide my swarm. I realized if they had tree, they could trap that. Put a tree right there to cover up that hole where I use the BFTP. But they haven't done that yet. So I'm thinking, okay, they probably don't have tree. I don't know if they have flight or not, but they really haven't used it yet, but they haven't had an opportunity really to use it. Now here I'm thinking I'm going to relocate my swarm, just in case the bear somehow can get to it or leap to it maybe and kill it. Here I bring out my storm dragon, and in hindsight I probably should have brought out a Pegasus, because like I was talking to DX and he was saying, bring out your storm dragon when you can use it. And that was one thing I was asking him about because I was playing my tournament game and I brought it out a little bit early. This is turn 8. And it makes a lot of sense to bring out your dragon when you can use it. If you bring out your dragon when you can't use it, maybe your opponent has an aerial or two, maybe they have a swarm out, they can tick the dragon, then it's just going to die. And what good use is that? Also, she's relatively safe down here, at least from a dragon. So we'll see if that comes back to bite me or not. Here I decided to go for some damage because I don't really have much else, and she uses presence. And at this point I'm actually thinking, oh, she had used presence and hit herself, and so she has some spell. I don't know what it is. I actually didn't see the bear that also got damaged, so just something to think about, or to watch out for as you watch this game, because yeah, I thought she only had presence. So does have a Klops, which I don't know if that's really necessary in this type of book, because if you don't have a storm dragon, and I haven't seen Storm Shield yet, so I don't quite know what the use is for Klops. But I'm not doubting Miley's book building, of course. I'm not sure. I just haven't seen the book, right? So as you can see, I'm taking the full time. I'm using the advantage of, 60 seconds. Full 60 to bring my swarm all the way back here. And I don't think it can be trapped. I think I can get it out to the right side if she were to use tree. But I already know that she probably doesn't have tree here. So I'm looking pretty good. Keeping the top control. And I'm not worried about that Clops. Like if she were to Thunder Shock me, it would maybe do 10 or 15 damage, and then, the shock would move me quite a bit. So I'm not too worried about that. So he gets the bear up here and uses Blood Clot. And it kills my dragon! Yo, what health was I at? I didn't even know at this point. I thought it was 250. 225 with the 50 prot. What the hell? So it killed a dragon, 150, plus I'm at 275. It brought me to 78. So 275 to 78 is what? 197 damage? Nearly 200 damage? 275 minus 275, yeah. 197 damage to me. 150 damage to the Storm Dragon. 197, 150, 297, 347 damage in one turn. And I'm trapped. I have to tower up. I was in the chat like, I can't even chat here now. But, oh, it's because the replay's not going. Oh, no, I can't, but I was just like, what is going on? Like, question marks, question mark, question mark. Like, 78? How am I at 78? How am I at 78? That doesn't make any sense. And I was asking, like, I think Ink in the chat. I was like, going crazy, question mark, exclamation point. Like, in the game, I was like, what the hell? Is she hacking? What's going on? And Miley was just sitting there like, oh yeah, I'm unexpected, huh? Just like being all nonchalant. And I'm like sitting there like, 78? My dragon's dead, what the fuck? Anyway, come to find out, here's what happened. So the bear, where's the bear? The bear has the spell Bite Leap and the passive Provoke, allowing it to deal extra damage for every 2 missing health it has. That bear is at 46 health. And so it's dealing extra damage for every 2 missing health it has, which that's a lot of groups of 2s. She happened to get Blood Clot from the present, and I didn't know that the bear had the present. I would have maybe been a little bit more careful. Maybe Ice Shielded this, BFTP'd out, or got a Pegasus out instead of a dragon. That would have helped me to wall myself off from that bear. But instead, I'm like completely losing. I was completely winning, now I'm completely losing. Because of that one really cheeky play to bring presence, bear, and then kind of like have the RNG go in your favor. And I didn't think I was that far, but is able to extend the Blood Clot and do, what was it, 347 damage in total to my dragon and me. And I was just like, I don't even know if I was upset. I was just like, kind of depressed. I was like, fuck. Another tournament where I just like, don't even really show my full potential and just get shocked by a crazy book strategy. So at this point I'm like, okay, reset, calm down. And I was pretty calm, like I said, but I was just a little sad, like, man, I just threw this and it's gonna take a lot of fucking work to get back to where I can build up an advantage. At least I know that the present spell that the bear has is gone. So there's that. And I'm actually able to get a pretty sweet Thunder Shock. I kill the bear and knock the Cyclops, which is great. Looks like Miley decides to tree the Clops. Or not tree the Clops, but tree that area so I can't get in with the Dark Knight. But here I'm thinking, maybe I can get in with the Dark Knight. Now I think sacking the Swarm here is worth it, because, to be honest, the only benefit of the swarm is going to be to charge up that Cyclops, and the snares are going to keep showing up every turn. And so, you know, what am I going to be able to do? I can't hit Miley with the swarm because she'll have snares all over her. So I thought this was worth it. Get the damage off, get the prot shield down, and just force a play, a tempo play. Or not force a tempo play, but gain a tempo and force Miley to respond. So here I'm thinking, if I have Tree, it would be a good option. And I don't know at this point if she has Flight. I don't think she does, but I'm a little worried about that still. Hasn't been shown to me, so it's totally possible that she could. And it's at this point that I'm like, you know, I might be able to come back. Because if, you know, Miley's not very mobile, and, you know, I can go over there and maybe drain, double drain or triple drain before the bear gets a present, that would be great. So I wanted to go over here with the Cyclops and try to, like, you know, block the bear off, but that didn't really work out. I got the Cyclops trapped. So at this point, I know she has Ray, right? And so what am I trying to do? Just stall. Get my Flight prod up. That's pretty much it. So now my Clops is kind of trapped. I think I can walk out of there. But that wolf's not really a huge concern. I know it can summon the pack mentality, but you know, I'm going to force Miley to respond and kill this Dark Knight real fast. Just because he's probably going to die anyway because of that storm. Yeah, it would have died from all those thunder shocks, right? So at this point, the storms are helping me out. I've got the middle map control, better positioning. And again, I still don't know if she has Flight or not, but she is trapped. Or BFTP for that matter, because she could have maybe jumped out of that tree pretty easily, right? Can't really get to me with the wolf, or if you jump on me, then this shield will repel the wolf, right? So can't jump on top of me and bite or anything like that. I'm just gonna play the slow game, build this chip damage, and you know, at this point it's like a 60G strategy. Just gain the superior map positioning, get your prod up, get your swarm up, get your storm shield up. Smart play by Miley there to sink the bear. If you didn't notice, it had less than 15 health, so I could zombie that the next turn and use the bite ability on the bear and pretty much kill Miley. Do like 90 damage to her. Now, why do you say 90 damage? Like, that's a ton. Well, it's again because of that provoke ability. The bear was like really low. So when I zombify it, it'll be at like, I don't know what the exact health is, like between 10 and 20. And that's really low. It's going to boost the damage hugely of that bear. So at this point, maybe I'm thinking about getting a Pegasus out, right? Anything that I can, you know, move over to drain. And I decided to go for the Cyclops. Actually, you know, I was saying Pegasus because I was just kind of assuming that I had it. But in this case, I actually remember I don't have it. So I guess Pegasus wasn't really an option. But, you know, instead of summoning that dragon early, maybe I can just use a Storm Shield instead, or, you know, summon a Spirit. Spirit's really useful minion when you have Storm Shield, right? Because it actually does something instead of just the Wind Shield, which repels the projectiles. So here I'm thinking, wait, can I detower her here and maybe flash off or shock bomb? Again, I know the bear can't really get to me very easily, right? It doesn't have any spells, any long range spells, so I decided to go for damage, and the Cyclops is eating the snare a bit, which helps me, I think, with mobility, right? Miley gets ticked by the swarm, and it's pretty much an even game. I've been able to come back, so, you know, now it's wire to wire. I did think about that. I said, you know, what is she setting up? Does she have graph pulse? And then immediately after I thought that, she pulls it out. And I'm like, oh shit. So at this point I'm like slightly more depressed than I was when she used the blood clot plus bear, you know, ultra mega insane combo. I don't even know how to describe it. But decides to go for the double drain here, gain some health. I think this was my only safe teleport. The only one. Maybe could have like tried to squeeze the ray in here and get me to 30 health. But then I think I could use the swarm and shock bomb. So she knows she can't free me. So because I was able to find that teleport spot, I can actually survive another turn. And at this point now I'm thinking, okay, I've still got hope. You know, I can do this. So we'll see. That bear is low though, so I have to be careful. If she ever gets an opportunity to use presence, I gotta run the fuck away, get the hell out of there. Goes for the tower, and I'm just gonna keep that chip damage up. Gotta keep an eye on the storms. There's not one above me, but there are a couple on the sides of me. So now at this point, I don't want to detower if I can avoid it. But I'm also thinking maybe there's a chance that a storm could detower me. So that's why I ultimately decide to relocate. And here I thought, you know, maybe she could get to me and kill me with something if I don't ice shield. And because I still don't know if she has flight or not. Just hasn't really had the opportunity to use it. Excuse me. So again, I'm just trying to stall more. Kills my swarm, which is a good play. And I gotta be a bit careful here, because I don't have, you know, much wiggle room. That storm is now under me, so what can I do? Nothing. And I've got my swarm, which is kind of trapped. I'm hoping that the storm at some point will hopefully, you know, free it. And let's see, at this point, am I going for the drain, or, you know, okay, I just choose to stall here and get that shield out. And I position myself pretty much perfectly there on the side of the storm where I won't get hit. And her other bear does go down, and now I have a free shield up, which is awesome. I can go back. I think I have one VFTP left. I can free this swarm and then use it for a future turn. Here I'm not bringing the swarm out because I'm thinking, okay, turn economy. I want to make sure that my character is in a better position. If the swarm's left, you know, in the dust there, that's fine. But I want to at least get this flash here off. Why did that camera not go back? I don't know. But let me replay that. It didn't pan back to my character, I don't know why, so you guys can see that flash angle. But, and I can replicate it too, so you guys see. But yeah, so I go here to free the swarm, and I'm thinking, if I use too much time to get the swarm out and like have the optimal positioning of the swarm, then I don't have enough time to knock Miley, and I'm lost, right? And I thought I wanted to get this storm shield up because the storm is taking away at Miley's health, right? And at Miley's tower health, and then I can just use the shield to detower. And it worked out. So here I think I position myself like right about there. I see this pixel here, this pixel here. I basically just want to aim the flash like that, and it'll pop Miley up just a little bit, and then just like pretty much fly her in a straight line. If you can, you know, follow my cursor like that. So aim it like right there, and just skim right above that pixel there into the water. So let's just go back and we'll watch that turn one more time. So, or actually, we already watched it twice, so we'll just skip to the flash. So I flash off, I get hit for 5 damage, and there's really no teleport spot that she has. It's possible that, she could maybe teleport down here, but I think I can stuff a shock bomb and it does 80. So I get this shock shield off, and it looks like I have 78 plus 5 health. So if that's any indication, what can I do? Shock bomb stuff into the water, end with 3 HP, and get the victory. A really insane game featuring a awesome book. I've never even thought about the provoke, passive and presence and being able to use that to your advantage. Get the bear low health and then get lucky with the presence RNG and just, mess your opponent up with a strong spell. Again, did 347 damage in one turn with just that Blood Clot ability, which everyone thinks Blood Clot is dead. Well, maybe, maybe not. It needs a nerf. Nerf Blood Clot. Alright, well, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys want more tournament coverage and, what types of games you might want, live commentaries or, uploads, my games, other games, finals games. Yeah, comment down below and let me know what you guys would like to see. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace out.